Hey, how's it going? It's Sam Frost here, back with some more digital marketing advice. Now today I want to talk about the importance of making sure you're tracking conversions that actually have value or meaning to your business. Now this is a quick video, but what I've been coming across quite often recently is businesses that are tracking things like SMART goals in Google Analytics, or just tracking views of particular pages, usually the contact page, but it can sometimes be things like, hey, I'm going to track how many people view my blog, and I'm setting that up as a goal. And then often what's happening is that's being passed back into platforms like Google Ads as far as conversion tracking goes. So your conversion stats wind up looking way better than they really are. Now, there's nothing wrong with tracking events that are interesting to you. If you really want to know, how many people are viewing a particular video on your homepage, or viewing your contact information, there is nothing wrong with that at all if that's interesting for you, but it doesn't necessarily turn into business. What turns into business is people calling you, emailing you, filling out your white paper downloads or your case studies, or basically entering your marketing sequence, or people buying your product online. Those are the real goals that you should be tracking, at least in my opinion. So make sure you review regularly what you're tracking. Now, if your website's set up in such a way that you really struggle to track, well, first of all, you should be revisiting that. Doesn't matter how your site's set up, it should be possible to track things that actually have commercial value. So talk to your web developer about that, or send me a message. I'm happy to take a look as well. And basically, once you've got that tracking in place, you really want to focus on those commercially valuable conversion actions, rather than spending too much time worrying about things that don't necessarily translate directly into sales, or at least sales opportunities. Those are obviously more events. They can be useful to understand. For example, you might want to understand the relationship between people who view a video on a particular page and people who go on to buy your product or make an inquiry. That's really interesting to know, and it's useful to know. But on the other hand, just tracking people who view the About Us page as a goal, and I've seen things like this happen time and time again, that doesn't really mean too much for your business. You'd be far better off to accept that you might get a way smaller number of conversions, but you're actually tracking the things that really do matter. And sometimes when I talk to business owners, that's what puts them off a little bit. They're sitting there with this conversion report coming through each month that looks really good. We're getting dozens of conversions a day, and it makes you feel good. And then when you cut back all the noise and just cut it back to how many people call, how many people email, how many people buy directly online, if that's an option, suddenly you get a 60, 70, 80, 90% reduction in the number of reported conversions. That feels bad, but the truth is that's a more accurate picture. There's no point in having numbers that don't tell you the truth. So double check how you're tracking your conversions. Definitely worth thinking about. Obviously, if you've got good reasons to track certain things certain ways, if the only way someone's going to get hold of you is by viewing your contact info, and you can't track click to calls for some reason, and you don't have a contact form, maybe your business is literally phone only, then okay, tracking someone viewing that phone number on a contact page, maybe that's the best thing you can do, and that's fine. But definitely have a think about what you're tracking, and are you tracking things that really do matter? Because the more focused you can make your conversion tracking, the easier it becomes to actually analyze what's working and what's not working. You can cut out the noise, and you can basically optimize your digital marketing better. So hopefully you find that helpful. If you're stuck, please do feel free to get in touch, leave a comment, send me a message, email info@samfrost.co.nz. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.